Hello, peace, y'all. All right, let's get started with this 4-minute meditation. If you're like me, you have some potential background noises that might arise. It's okay. Take a moment, tell your mental self it's okay. Tell yourself where you are. Tell yourself, okay, those are the kids in the back, those are the neighbors. That's the lady upstairs talking, that's the TV down the street, whatever you hear. We're just gonna sit down and kind of tune into either the silence or the noise around us. Find an internal headspace. And let's just breathe together for the next 4 minutes. If you want to take a mudra, this is my mudra of choice, prana mudra. I'm not going to explain it today. We're just going to get into it. Okay, let's go. This message is for my Sagittarius and my Pisces risings. Optional if you want to watch and you have Jupiter in the first house. This message is not really 100% for you, but maybe you can kind of pick and choose what to take from here. But yeah, this message again is for you if you have Pisces or Sagittarius in your first house. I'm gonna call you guys my Jupiter risings. All right, and let's get into it. So I did a little pre-pull. We have Destiny Taylor's affirmational cards. Definitely make the investment if these caught your attention. Affirmation deck and guidebook from Destiny Taylor. Um, if we start off, I don't know if you guys saw, but at the beginning, this card was actually in the reverse, and I turned it upside down. So it says, I am in control of my life and capable of creating the life I desire. I value myself in the highest regard, and it shows. So first off, my Jupiter risings, it definitely obviously shows that you value yourself in the highest regard, and it shows. So shout out to you. Literally, and I'm not just saying like no euphemism, take your hand and pat yourself on the back. Like, let me hear the sound, get the feeling, give yourself an award, even give yourself a little hand hug, high five. Touch yourself and tell yourself congratulations, because it does show. All right, this is the thing that we're working on. Okay, so this might be an affirmation that you might want to add to your rotation of affirmations, but I'm going to repeat it again just to get it in the energy in the air. I am in control of my life and I am capable of creating the life I desire. So I feel like this is true, but you may not be feeling it. You may not be in the feeling Jupiter in abundance so constantly to the point where you say you're in control of your life. That's okay, that's valid. But I want you to know that you are in control of your life and you are capable of creating the life you desire. One more time. We are in control of our lives and we are capable of creating the lives that we desire. Another I am in control of my life and I am capable of creating the life I desire. Another you. I am in control of my life and I am capable of creating the life they desire. And a they. They are in control of their life and they are capable of creating the life they desire. Okay? Okay, so Jupiter in the first house, or Jupiter, it's not Jupiter in the first house, but Jupiter risings. I'm assuming I'm a Pisces rising, so this is true for myself. I've been doing a little bit of education. I'm not too educated on the trials and tribulations of a Sagittarius rising, but I can only assume that people project onto Jupiter, Jupiter risings a lot. Because it's Jupiter in your first house. You know, Jupiter is the ruling planet. That's something only I can assume, but we are gonna tap into that. I want to ask if this is first of all, is this even true? Is this a? Can I get a clear? Can I get a very clear yes or no as to whether the people project onto Jupiter risings, onto Pisces risings and Sagittarius risings? Is that even a truth? Can I get a clear and definite answer on whether that is a truth, the truth? Spirit. Can I get a clear, definite answer about projection in people with Pisces or Sagittarius rising? Yeah, I think it is. Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is like it basically just gives me yes, like yes, and you know it is. Like yes, stop acting like it wasn't. You just wanted the tarot cards to prove your point, and that's a waste of time for real. But that's what I got from that. So the answer is yes, people project onto us. And not only that, but we are projectors ourselves. So when people are not projecting onto us, we're often projecting onto other people's. Projection, yes, it could be an awful thing, but also you could really just use it. Like people call us delusional. People are going to call you delusional a lot. You can really just use that delusional and project joy and happiness and project all types of things that aren't hating ass energies, because we just have the energy of projectors. People are going to project into us. We're going to project into others. That's fine, but just be mindful. You know, you have a coworker, you know this bitch hates you. You know every day I'm going to call them M. You wake up every morning and you know M hates you. M doesn't like working with you. M has made it clear to all your other coworkers, and you still have to join teams with them. Then go ahead and just like project onto them. Imagine them really sending you love and joy. Project that. Like actively imagine that person. Oh, maybe we still don't get along, but this person still like just imagine them, like project, use your delusion and use that energy to project joy, happiness, whatever you want. Co co I can't think of like cohesiveness, whatever. Team working doesn't, I don't know where the fuck my words are going all of a sudden, but project joy. People are gonna project onto you. Okay, so my question today is, how can a Jupiter rising person tell if they're projecting? How can a Jupiter rising person tell if and when they're projecting? Because basically there's going to be times where we're projecting, but sometimes You might think you know something and you're just wrong, you know? My Pisces, in the first house, we are very intuitive. I'm not going to say we're right all the time. I always say I'm going to be wrong more of the times than I'm going to be right. That's just something that helps my Taurus, stubborn, always want to be right ass kind of just release that, you know? All right, how could you tell if my Jupiter rising self is projecting? How can I tell if my Jupiter rising self is projecting? How can I tell if my Jupiter rising self is projecting? All right. You'll know because you don't know, you know? And that's what it is, okay? Okay, that was a little tricky. That's a little tricky. All right, how can I tell if I'm recognizing exactly, like, if I'm recognizing the reality versus this is projecting in reality? How can I tell if I'm recognizing that reality? How can I tell if I'm recognizing the reality? How can I tell if I'm recognizing the reality? Page of Wands. Okay. Okay, this is a good little tidbit, okay? And this is, take it with a grain of salt, okay? I'm not dictating nothing. I'm gonna call myself a tarot reader, so I'm like a weatherman. I'll tell you if it's raining. It's your decision if you want to put a jacket on, you know? Also, me being a weatherman, you could very well open up your own window and look outside and see what the weather's like, you know? Don't outsource yourself. I love the engagement, but also don't put me up on a pedestal. Don't project onto me, you feel me? I'm no better than you, you know better than me. We both in here educating each other, okay? So, you know, okay, this is a very Jupiter ass reading. It's very all over the place. I hope you guys can stay with me, hear my message. You know, if you're not projecting, because life is hard, and when you're not projecting, it feels like hard work. You know, it feels like, okay, something this is I have to work on, someplace I have to grow, I have to do something. It feels like you still have stuff to do, you still have places to go. That's how you know if you're in the right when it comes to projecting. If you're not projecting on somebody, you'll feel the places that you still need to learn and grow. If you start projecting on somebody, you will start to feel like this is what it'll feel like, you know, but it's like you're hanging upside down, but you're in the reverse. So it's, oh, sorry, you guys can't even see it. You're hanging upside down, but now this card is in the reverse. So you feel like, you know, you're going to feel like you know what you're talking about, but you actually won't get to see any places where you can still work on yourself. And that's how you know if you're projecting onto other people, you know, because if you're not projecting, you will always see the places that you can grow. If you are projecting, you just don't know. You 100% don't know. So just watch what you think of other people, the thoughts you think of other people, the way you react to other people, because there's a whole outside world there. We have no control over what the fuck anybody else does. That's fine. Submit to that. Let that go. But you can control yourself, you know? So just keep, in general, like, to take from all this, keep working on yourself. There's always going to be some new phase, a new piece of life. You've never seen yourself in this position. You've never met yourself at this age. You've never seen yourself interact with this. You've never ate this food. There's so many places to grow. So if you just keep a mindset of, oh, I need to grow, this is something I need to do, just make a to-do list that's ever going, you know, congratulate yourself on it and keep going. Yeah, this is like fake superiority. Like, she's not even standing. She's stuck to a tree, but she's upside down. So it's like, get out of like, recognize yourself when you're projecting onto other people, because you might start to think that you're better than them, but you actually know deep down that you're not. Like, what did I just say? Like, we're all teachers, we're all the student. There's nobody that's higher than another person here, you know? Like Beyonce and the woman who checked out your groceries. Don't project onto either of them. You don't know either of their lives. You don't know what they had for dinner last night. You feel me? Worry about yourself. Stay just out of the, like, thinking too hard space and start acting more. Think about the things you need to do and just do them. All right, my Sagittarius and Pisces risings. I like this reading so far. All right, can I get a clarifier? Can I get 2 clarifiers for how to recognize if and when I am projecting? How to recognize if and when I am projecting? How to recognize if and when I'm projecting? So you're gonna feel like a pig. I feel like you have like has anybody seen Spirited Away? If not, definitely watch the movie. But it's actually in the first like 30 minutes, 15 minutes, where I'm like, I don't want to ruin the movie for anybody who hasn't seen it, but there's a scene with two characters turn into pigs, you know? And they start eating all this, and she's trying to save her parents. She's like, you guys stop. Like, it's like greed. It's greed, but here it gives more than just greed. It's like okay, like this is the information, now we apply it to the story. So it's not just greed, but it's like you see the insight into like maybe 10% of a person's life, and then you take it and run with it. Like you fill up all the gaps that you don't know with things that you know. You're like, oh, well, this person is always so angry. That's why their mom hates them, da da da. Like, whoa, slow down, slow down, slow down. You're putting a lot of food on the plate. You're putting a lot on the plate, and you wasn't there. You don't know why their mom hates them, and now you brought that up, and that's not way outside your jurisdiction, because you're just supposed to work with the bitch. You're supposed to be cool and on good terms with them every Thursday from the 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. shift. You don't have to worry about none of that extra shit. So you'll start to know when you're out of alignment, when you start to like literally pile stuff on to other people's plates. Imagine you're driving, the green car in front of you cuts you off. They already have dents in your car. So now you're behind them and you're like, fuck this person. That's why they got hit the last time. Doing dumb shit like this. Da 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 da. You're piling it on. But in real life, you don't even know. The last thing that happened to them wasn't their fault entirely. And now you're sitting there because you saw the dent in their car filling up. So like, be careful what you put on someone else's plates. If you don't know, shut the fuck up. Life will teach you. If you don't know, worry about yourself, because I promise you, my Jupiter risings, there's something that you could fix on yourself instead of piling stuff onto other people, because you could be right about that person eats fucking bacon every day, full of shit, full of pork, bad vibrations, da da da. You could be right, but what do? We haven't even gotten there. So watch the way that you project onto others. And when you just start assuming, you start to think that and then you fill it up with what you just thought. Yeah. All right, um something that you can like project into yourself. We're still talking about this projection energy, but when it works on yourself, work on your language, your words, your dictionary, your work on saying things verbatim, speaking less words and meaning what you say, communicating effectively. Maybe you work on a word a day. Maybe just start reading more. If you start reading, one thing I suggest, my auntie told me this when I was studying the SAT in high school, and I never stopped. Um, she said when you have a book and you're reading it for fun, take a sticky note and write down every word that you never heard before, and use that as your bookmarker. You know, and then as an extra challenge, something you could work on, start using these words. Start using these words in sentences in your everyday life. Talk like Ti. Um, yeah. So basically, you have no like there's no worth in you wasting your time worrying about what could have caused person X to act like this in your life, when you really could just study how to express yourself better. And that's really it. Like it ain't not gonna get no simpler than that. All right. How does a Jupiter rising person protect their projections in the positive? So I'm calling them projections, but really they're like your positive ideas, the things that you're excited for, the things that you want to manifest, because we start off with just projecting an attitude. So how do we project that? If I want to keep, like, people can project onto you and say you're a hater, you can project onto the world and say that everybody loves you. So how do we project onto others to protect our manifestations? How do we project our energy out to create space for our manifestations? I like that question better. I like that one a little better. See what I'm talking about? We got to get better with our words, our definitions, saying what we mean and meaning what we say, and fine-tuning that. Projection in the positive. All right, so you need a close. It doesn't have to be close, actually. You guys could only come together. You could go in the comments of this video right now and say, where are my other two of cups? Get with those two people, exchange information, get their DMs, their Twitters, their whatever, and you could meet once a week. And this can be, I'm going to call it project projection. So now you have a group chat called project projection, and you meet once a week, and you guys, you need a place where you uh um just like manifest positively and like delusional. So if it's all Pisces, it's all Jupiters, it's all Saturnians, that's Saturnians, excuse me. Don't invite them. I'm just kidding. Saturnians are invited, but Saturnians for real, we're calling in Jupiter energy. So if you are a Saturnian for real, your energy is asked to, yes, be delusional. Like, yes, hard work, that's fine. We all want that. But right now, right here, we're focused on the vibes, the delusion, the energy, you know? So you need a place that you can 100% go crazy with. I'm a millionaire. And then for the next week, you text and believe, you act 100% in that group chat like a millionaire. You know, it doesn't have to be a group chat. You could just have your social circle with your friends. This could be wine. For me, it's always weed. I know that when I get 3 cups, it's me smoking with somebody, either one or two people that's intimate with me. For me, in the future, I'm going to ask that I smoke with 2 friends and we project literally positive joy on each other. Danny, I'm sending this to you. Sagittarius rising. If you would like, we can definitely start a project projection together. Just something where we like dive into the belief that our the belief that what we are asking for is coming back to us, you know? And in this project projection, because it's so, look at them, they're like, yeah, cheers. There's no place for reality, you know, especially if reality is negative, it's not invited here. This is your place to be 100% delusion. Like, act like a millionaire, call it in. Like, oh, I just got 30, like, you could lie, you could be a bad person, do all things we're not supposed to do. In this sacred circle, you 100% like make your reality, the fantasy in your head becomes somebody else's fantasy. So now your fantasy is shared, you know, because all 3 of us won the lottery this year. This is me and my 2 best friends. We all won the lottery this year, and we're all going to Coachella, and we're all going to go meet up in Texas, and then we're all going to go to Atlanta, and then we're all going to go to DC, and then we're all going to go to New York, and then we're all going to meet in Mexico. It doesn't matter what your delusion is, but believe in it, you know. Don't have, and in the delusion space, like, don't make any space for this, not like, don't make any space for reality, you know. This is only true for the people who see my vision, you know. And take this with a grain of salt. If you're an elementary school teacher and you're Pisces rising, Sagittarius rising, educational teacher, let's say you do this in your classroom and you set up a certain corner of your classroom and you call it the manifestation corner. It doesn't matter what the fuck you call it, but in that corner, when the 5-year-old that's a kindergartner walks into that corner, he's no longer a kindergartner. He is whatever he set his goal at. So if he told you he wanted to be a dentist, when he walks into that part of the room, you address him as a dentist because that's all you see. You only see him as exactly as he wants to be because it's fantasy land, you know. Um, yeah, I think basically if we get good boundaries around our fantasy land, it's good. And find somebody else who really believes in your vision, you know, like who sees you as a millionaire, you know, and celebrate more. Smoke with them, celebrate them, appreciate them for getting there. Um Also, this is just an FYI, but I did a little pre-meditation before I came to your guys' reading, and one thing that the ancestors told me about your energy in particular, and I'll pull a card on this, is that Sagittarius and Jupiter rising, you guys are the baby that your grandmother prayed for you. Like, and a lot of us are women that were born from a woman. Does that make sense? I know we're all born from women, but you being a woman that was born from your mom, like if I'm following the my words, y'all see me in my words. Paternal bloodline, your paternal grandmother is very important to you. She's the one who's prayed over you. This is a generalization. Some of you are going to relate, some of you are not. Some of you don't know, but your grandmother prays over you now. Like, she's no longer here and she prays over you active. Some of your grandmother is here now and you don't know, but you're in her prayers every night. There's not a night she doesn't talk to God about you, you know. So, you know, time to cash in. Believe in that, you know. Believe in that. My grandmother prayed for me so I would have days like this, so I would get through stuff like this, you know. Like, you are really like, that's what's already been projected onto you more than all the other bullshit that if you roll your eyes and someone thinks you're so irritated or hard to handle, like, that doesn't have as much umph as you as the prayers that your grandmother prayed for you, you know? Also, take that energy forward and start praying for yourself, praying for your children and your lineage soon to come, you know? So that more babies can cash in on their grandmother's prayers. Um, this is the grandmother's prayers cards. Yeah. And if you just, it's like, the thing is, your grandma prayed that you would work hard or people would work hard for you. It doesn't really matter. Or like, maybe your birth was hard. It doesn't matter. But there's like, it's so much like prayer work that's been put in for you energetically that you'll be fine even if you just pray a little bit. Like, you don't even have to pray that hard to get the blessings because they've already been like synced up to you as your birthright. Your mother and your grandmother worked hard for you to get here, so that's just a message for some. I think it's a message for more of us than less of us, though. Yeah. If you're really trying to, like, just in a session of your life where you're just trying to receive the blessings, which I think we all need to be there at some times, they're saying just go sit in the sun until you get hot. Like, until you're too hot to, like, stay out there anymore. One of the things I like to do myself is I really, my Taurus ass loves a nap outside. I do a lot of yoga. So if I'm in the mood, if I'm tired, if I'm whatever, I find a nice sunny spot, no shade, because as soon as the shade comes, it's cool. But sometimes in the shade, if it's just a hot day, the shade is too cool. Like, I come out there to feel the sun. So I find a nice open spot in the sun, take my crystals, and I lay face down, or, you know, on my back. It doesn't matter. I usually like to lay face down, put my head over my hands like this, and let my eyes close. And I just rest out there. I sleep out there. And literally, when I wake up, I feel so good. I've never taken a nap in the sunshine and not felt good, you know? The ancestors are saying it's your birthright. My friend group has a little joke called Sunshine Pussy, where we get sunshine on our yoni. That's not that's sacred space. Usually it's clothes on. Very rarely or do you come out the house and the pussy's out. You feel me? So taking some time and downloading some sunlight into your sacral center is really gonna set you right. And it's not really a one and done thing. If you can make this a practice in your life, then you're living good. Yeah, this card is important. One thing that really has been preyed on you is work. Like, and these cards, I don't know if you see, but these cards are coming out in the upright, you know? So, like, the ancestors have really prayed your mothers and your mother's mothers and the mothers of your mother's mothers, and I can go back a million years, have prayed for your job, for your work, for you to get paid, for you to not suffer in the way that they've suffered through working, you know? So, keep praying on that. Like, keep tuning that in, talking to God. We are Jupiter rising, so like a very divine placement, you know. God will talk to you if you call God. If you have Pisces in the 10th house, if you have Pisces rising, you have Sagittarius in the 10th house. If you have Sagittarius rising, you have Virgo in the 10th house, plus or minus. I don't know your exact degrees. Basically, it's destined for you to be great. It's destined for you to be great. All right, so when it comes to the pentacles, when it comes to the money, Spirit wants you to get your money. Your ancestors want you to get your money. So I think if you're really looking for money, if you came in here looking for money, you need to get a prayer routine down. Like, talk to your ancestors once Friday for an hour. Like, what was I just saying? Get your prayer routine down and then work hard. Yeah, so you can celebrate. Also, they're saying don't skip no meals. Like, they could mean physically, they could mean like you're in a place not to go without, so they don't want you to skip no meals. But really, what I see them saying is like, don't you take one bite of that food without saying your gratitude. I don't care if you actually say, Heavenly Father, thank you, Jesus, for this food, or if you just look at the cook and say, thank you, Bree, for cooking. I'm so happy you cooked this. If it's just you and your cat and you feed your cat, be like, oh, I'm thankful I was able to afford your food today. It does not matter, but don't waste a single meal. Don't waste a single time you eat without expressing gratitude before you do. Spiritually, if you're into this, go ahead. Your ancestors are asking you to do some work. You have some spells to do. You've been called to light the candle. You've been called to create the doll. You've been called to set the curse. It doesn't matter. And I feel like this is taboo was making by a white person, so like I only assume. I haven't done the research, and I'm not going to because I don't care. But voodoo doesn't have to be so negative and evil. Like, I love it. It's a beautiful practice. Hoodoo, voodoo. Educate yourself. Equip yourself with your ancestors. You know, if your ancestors was not practicing voodoo, I wouldn't suggest that you practice it. If your ancestors don't really look like my ancestors, I would not suggest you practice it. But fuck around and find out. You feel me? Like, I know if I practice what I am confident practicing, I'm not going to get hexed. You know, like, I'm not coming outside of myself by practicing another culture's practice. This is the practice of my people. I'm not asking you to practice anything that's outside of yourself. So tune into your people, your ancestors, and do the magic, do the work. Like, there's prayers and then there's candles, you know? Do some of both, because why not? Because it doesn't matter. Everything that you want is coming towards you anyways. Okay? Also, just one thing that I got for spiritual practice for my Jupiter risings that you guys can do. Sweeping the floor once a week. I'm going to say on Sundays just because it's a Sunday now. But it literally can be whatever day works for you. But just a spiritual practice. Because like I said, we're God's baby. So we got to like, just because the world doesn't recognize you as like God's child everywhere you go or whatever, it doesn't mean anything. You know, you have to recognize yourself as God's child and take care of yourself. Wash your temple, clean your space, you know, sweep the floor. And even if it's just a little bit, like, just make a habit, make habits that are good for you. Make a habit of taking care of your space. Six of Cups, your ancestors are saying you cannot go back, okay? My Jupiterians risings, you can't go back in the past. It's getting really dark in here. Like, should I turn on the light? I kind of like the darkness right now, I can't lie. Jupiterians risings. Yeah, you can't go back. Only forward from here. And I think this is another thing. They're saying less sister circle, more witch circle. More manifestation click. More girls who 100% are going to stop what they're doing to light the candle when you say light the candle so they can believe in all the visions. You know, more people who are going to smoke and truly, truly commemorate your ideas of the future when they come together. Girls, like, get your coven together, you know? Get your coven together. That's what they're really saying. And pray a little harder. Pray a little harder. Pray like you're thankful for it's about to come. Yeah, you have good things coming towards you, my lucky ducks. You see this? I'm gonna let you guys interpret this exactly how you think that it should be interpreted. Okay? I hope this is clear on camera. There. What do you think that means? What do you imagine this could mean? Okay? They're saying learn from the past, but stay away from it. You're gonna have people coming back from the past. They don't have, they haven't grown enough to bless you with anything yet. You know, so stay away from people from the past, okay? Because you have money in your future, so don't even look back. You know, you're closer to your blessings of tomorrow than you are from your trauma of yesterday. You know, and maybe that's one of your affirmations. I really love you guys. I've never met a Sagittarius rising I didn't like. Pisces risings, y'all me, so of course I love y'all. Jupiter, all of our first house is ruled by Jupiter, so it doesn't matter who or what we look like, our charts, whatever. You have abundance coming towards you, and I pray that you have the tools and the follow through and the strength and all of that to like tap into it, to manifest, to ride the wave, hop off, to just do your thing. Because I don't see anything wrong. You know, we do need to watch how we project onto people. You don't know anybody else's life. Stop putting so much on the other person's plate and read a book. Read a book, bitch. That's what the spirit is saying. Like, you worried about da-da-da. Go read a book, okay? That was really fun. This is so cute. I kind of want to pull more, but genuinely, I don't have any questions or comments or anything. Your mother loves you. She tries her best to love you. If you have problems with your direct mother, go ahead and ask her mother and just keep going up the line, you know, until you get to the answers that you want to, because you have spirit, like your patriarchal line is strong, and it don't matter if it's one mom who prayed for your line a million years ago, those prayers are still active. Or if it was your mom that's alive now that prays for you every day. It does not matter who, what, when, like that Kendrick bar that's like, ain't nobody praying for me. You do have people, like, they don't even have, the prayers are so strong, these people could have been passed, and they could have prayed for you one time. It doesn't matter. The prayers are still up. You know, you still have somebody praying for you, for real. Okay, I'm gonna sign off. Happy August. Happy 2024. Oh, actually, it's September now. Happy September. Um, yeah, I'm just talking. Love y'all. See you on the next one. Thank you for watching.